I have some really big IRS updates, including portal information, tax refund information, and IRS stimulus check update information. I'm also going to talk about how the Democrats might be switching up their game plan in order to push through a massive spending bill with a potential fourth stimulus check. Hello and welcome to today's July 1st daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus check package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you updated on what's going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, stocks, investing, money, and much, much more. All right, now remember, don't ever text with anybody that asks you to text about money, financial advice, or tax returns in my comments. Those are scammers. Don't fall for it. Also, the winners of the $3,000 giveaway have been chosen and emailed using the email they used to sign up. So congratulations to them. But I'm not going to leave you there. I've lined up some sponsors for the month of July, a couple of new ones and a couple returning ones. And so Casey and I would like to announce a new giveaway that we're doing right now. So many people liked the giveaway that we just did that we're going to go ahead and repeat it. So 12 people are going to win one of these amazing hats, and 12 people are going to win $250 in cash. Now, my preferred way to pay the winners is through PayPal, but if you don't have that, we could look at Venmo, the Cash App, or I could even mail you the money. So look for that link below, and I'm excited to give that money away to the winners. Also, I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, me. I'm just kidding. But during my last live, so many of you asked about how to get a shirt or a hat or a hoodie. I will go ahead and leave a link below. Anytime you purchase merch, it just goes towards the giveaway. So it's a good way to get some amazing gear while helping your fellow man. All right, now speaking of links, I have some very good news from the IRS. The portal to update your information for the child tax credit monthly checks is finally up. I'm going to leave a link just to make it really easy so that you can go and check that out. Now, they're saying on that portal that you'll be able to opt out of the $250 to $300 monthly child stimulus check. You'll be able to update your marital status, any new kids that you have or that you've taken responsibility for, right? Any income changes, tax info, or banking information changes. All of that will be available through this portal, so make sure to check out that link. Also, the IRS says that those still waiting on tax refunds should start seeing that very soon, with the stimulus checks mostly out of the way and the final unemployment rebate checks going out. The IRS is saying that they will be able to move full force towards getting the 2020 tax returns filed and those refunds sent out. So if you're still waiting on that, that will be happening soon. Now, can you let me know, are you still waiting on the IRS stimulus check for the overpayment of unemployment? And are you still waiting on your tax refund for 2020? Let me know in the comments. It helps me know what to update here on my channel. So thank you in advance for letting me know. All right, now I read that over 15 million American tax returns were flagged this year for manual review. According to this article, that's 4 times higher than 2019. Which leads me to believe that with or without additional money from President Biden's next spending bill, the IRS is already looking at middle-class American tax returns more closely, right? Now, isn't it funny that they say that they're going to tax the wealthy and extract more money so that they can help the little guy, yet they're auditing the middle class and the little guy at a much higher rate, already 4 times more than the year before. So giving more money to the IRS just means giving them more power to come after the little guy like you and me. Now, as things grinded to a halt with the American Jobs Plan or the physical infrastructure last weekend because of President Biden, things have actually intensified with the American Families Plan or the Social Infrastructure Bill. According to an article on Yahoo Finance, many members of Congress are now shifting their energy towards doing a massive package as Democrats realize that there is only one opportunity or one shot to use a budget reconciliation vote this year. This is also Democrats' only shot at doing something big to give Democrat leaders something to brag about next year during campaign season for the 2022 election. Now, this is the package many progressives are hoping to slip a fourth stimulus check into, as well as many other social benefit programs. Now, some analysts are saying that with Republicans worried Democrats will do a bipartisan physical infrastructure bill and then immediately turn around and do a massive stimulus package, Republicans are weary to even support the physical infrastructure bill right now. One article even suggested that Democrats could either park the physical infrastructure bill and go after the budget reconciliation bill, or combine the two into a massive $4 trillion to $6 trillion spending package. Now, optimistic economists are saying this will give Democrats the win in 2022 by being able to say they gave away lots of help and money while Republicans sat on the side. While other economists are saying by spending this much money in such a short time frame, you will cause wild inflation, price increases, depressed wage growth, and hand the election to Republicans who will say you can't spend that much money and not have consequences. So the outcome over the next week will certainly be interesting. I also read today that over $3 trillion is sitting in cash in American bank accounts. So adding more stimulus to the wrong group of people would be a disaster, while not handing additional stimulus to the right people would also be a disaster. So right now, politicians are caught in this idea of, hey, there's a lot of people that are flush with cash. We might not need to do something. While others are saying, there's so many people deprived of cash. How could we not do something? So this is what they're trying to balance and weigh out. Now, this is why I've been saying to my community, I don't see a forced stimulus check for 160 million Americans, but I do think that we could see a forced stimulus check for between 12 to 25 million Americans. And this is that balance that they're trying to find, right? Like, there's just a ton of people that don't need any additional help, but there's a large group of people that still do. Now, the one big factor that Democrats could use as a bragging position in the 2022 election cycle is the child tax credit, okay? Or they could use the American Families Plan with a fourth stimulus check as their bragging position. We just don't know which one they'll use at this point. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really, really appreciate when you do that. All right, now, I want to be honest with my community. Even though many of you that watch me are 50 and older or don't have a child that will receive these child tax credit checks, I see most of the progressive Democrats, including Senator Bernie Sanders, talking more and more about kids than they do about helping seniors. Okay, now this doesn't mean that those 50 and older that watch me or don't have kids at home won't get anything, but this is what is blowing up the news cycle right now. Okay, and so I just want to be upfront with you. Sanders, who daily fought for seniors, has only been discussing climate change and kids' tax credits over the past week. Maybe since the meeting where Nancy Pelosi told party members to get back on bragging about Biden's agenda and kids' checks, has followed her advice and is now only talking about kids' checks. I still can't believe she told them to call these kids' checks Social Security for kids. That's crazy. So anyway, I want you to know I'm still researching, but I have seen a shift in the news cycle, especially among Democrats, to only talking about stuff for kids. But I'll continue to research. I hope that they won't lose sight of helping those that don't have kids or those that are older, because there's still millions of Americans that need help. All right, now there could be some big changes coming to retirement planning and student loan debt. A new bill is in the work with bipartisan support, trying to help people from all backgrounds be better at planning for retirement while paying off student loan debt. Right now, millions of Americans are underprepared for retirement. Likely, there are actually millions of Americans that are dealing with student loan debt amounts that will actually take decades to pay off. If these people focus on retirement, then their loans tend to increase in the amount owed as compound interest works against them. If they only focus on paying down student loan debt, then at some point in the distant future, they will be student loan debt free and have nothing to show for retirement. So how do you get the best of both worlds? Well, that's what this new bill seeks to answer. The idea is that most companies only contribute to your 401k if you do. This new bill would allow companies to continue to match employees contributing to their 401k, but it would also allow employers to match what workers are putting towards paying down student loan debt. So the match would actually be against what you contribute or against what you pay down as student loan debt. For example, if I am matched on the first 5% of my income and my salary is $50,000, then I put away $2,500 and the company puts away $2,500. Under this new proposal, you could put $2,500 towards paying down student loan debt and have your employer put $2,500 in a retirement plan for you. It's actually a great way to focus on two important areas of finance at the same time. This also talks about extending the required minimum distribution age to age 72 or 73, where right now it's at age 70 and a half, or you get hit with a 50% penalty. The bill also requires companies to set aside at least 3% of your company retirement account on your behalf, whether you save or not. Those most unable to save and take advantage of a match are losing out on retirement help from their employer. So basically, a business, whether you contribute or not, would need to contribute to your 401k, and under this new plan, would count your student loan debt repayment as part of that match. So it's something really, really big. I hope it passes. This could be absolutely massive. As somebody who's done financial coaching for over a decade now and safe money retirement planning for about 15 years now, this is actually really, really big news. All right, now yesterday, former President Donald Trump spent time at the border seeing how things might be improved while blasting the Biden administration. Specifically, he spent a lot of time blasting Vice President Harris for how she has handled the border crisis. Alabama has decided to send 347 active duty National Guard members to help in Texas. Today, President Biden is in Florida visiting the condo that collapsed. Sadly, search and rescue for the living and the dead has temporarily been halted as worries remain about the other half of the condo collapsing. This has been a horrible, horrible tragedy. I don't know if you've been tracking it in the news. My heart and prayer go to people that are dealing with this tragedy in Florida. All right, now did you know that earlier this week, hundreds of climate change activists were arrested at the White House? They surrounded the White House with signs and were chanting about how terrible of a job President Biden has done when it comes to climate change, according to their opinion. They then tried to break into the White House garden and into the White House, and the Secret Service had to arrest hundreds of people. It was a pretty crazy event. Nancy Pelosi is nearly done setting up her dream team for her January 6th Capitol Breach Committee. So far, she has only selected one Republican, Representative Liz Cheney. But she has said that they will look to add 5 additional Republicans so that it feels like a balanced committee. All right, now as far as stock news goes, some of you were asking me about the drop in PAA, or Plains All American Pipeline. Hopefully you bought on that dip and then saw a nice rise over the last 2 days. I bought when it was low and did a multiple day swing trade and made a nice little profit. So hopefully you're still sticking it out with that. Energy Transfer continues to do well as XPEV that I told you about. Apartments, APTS, is doing very, very well, while AT&T is sitting kind of flat, but analysts still expect nice growth over the next 12 months and a 7% dividend. So most of the stuff that I've recommended has done really well for people, so hopefully you enjoyed receiving that information. I'm going to be doing more stock videos and also more smart money tip videos, so hopefully you guys find those helpful. Now, I'd be curious to know from my community, did any of you jump in on this 25% rise in Ethereum over the last 72 hours? It's been an incredible bounce back to watch. I personally hold a lot of Ethereum, so for me it was like an answer to prayer to see those bounce backs, but I wish I had some liquid money when it reached that $1,700 level and could have got a 25% return on my money in 1 week. Whew! Wouldn't that be an insane rally? Anyway, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Lots of good stuff happening with the IRS. Big changes potentially coming with, will Democrats bypass the physical in order to focus on the social, or will they combine the two and add a 4th stimulus check? Every day is a new day when it comes to covering the news in Washington, D.C. So I hope you guys like receiving these updates. Now, before you go, do make sure to check out the new giveaway with over $3,000 in prizes and cash being given away. I'll also put a link to the IRS portal and where you can buy the hats and the shirts. Now, before you go, I just wish to remind you that you are amazing. I really appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.